Tech trouble is back, and you're about to witness brute hydraulic power clash with buried forest giants. The ground fractures, roots explode, and massive stumps are ripped from the earth like fallen enemies.
Get ready to witness pure hydraulic dominance. A Volvo excavator fitted with the brutal NYE 30S 4U stump harvester tears into the earth like a battlefield predator. Its reinforced jaws clamp around a gnarled stump, yanking up layers of tangled roots, dirt, and debris in one devastating pull. You can see the operator carving through a chaos of splintered timber and wet soil. Precision meets brute force. Every twist of the attachment twists the ground beneath, snapping decades-old root systems like matchsticks. When a dual-blade root plow slices through dry earth like a battlefield ram, the forest floor doesn't just move, it erupts. This beast of a land-clearing machine charges forward, ripping massive roots and stumps clean from the soil with unmatched aggression. On a quiet roadside, destruction rolls in, disguised as precision. This isn't just a claw, it's the Groeneveld Grijpers Stump Shear 1270, and it's engineered for one purpose: brutal stump annihilation. With its massive dual blades, this red hydraulic titan slices through deep-rooted hardwood like it's splitting firewood. In the first moment, it presses down with calculated force, cracking the stump apart at its core. Then, with the powerful twist, the root mass is ripped free from the earth and tossed into the trailer like yesterday's trash. But the work isn't over. The shear returns, clawing through the soil, exposing hidden root veins and cleaning the ground with surgical aggression. It doesn't just extract, it obliterates. This is industrial cleanup at its finest: fast, ruthless, and engineered for results. No noise, no drama. Just raw power doing what chainsaws can't. Sometimes, force speaks louder than any blade. Strapped tight with steel cable and chained to a heavy-duty truck, this dead tree stump didn't stand a chance. One sudden pull and the ground erupts. Precision meets destruction in this close-quarter showdown. The Vermeer SC1152 roars to life, its high-speed cutter wheel spinning like a weaponized blade. In seconds, it slams into a massive hardwood stump, slicing deep into the grain with surgical aggression. Each sweep of the arm sends a shower of motes flying, turning decades-old timber into fine dust. This isn't brute force ripping, it's calculated, relentless grinding designed to obliterate stumps down to their roots without disturbing the surrounding landscape. Right in the heart of a front yard battlefield, this Kubota compact track loader unleashes precision demolition with zero mercy. Equipped with a Fecon Skunpex auger, this setup doesn't spin fast, it bores deep. The massive red spiral bites into the core of a tree stump the size of a hot tub, turning dense hardwood into a growing mountain of fresh mulch. Unlike traditional grinders, the Stumpex drills downward with extreme torque, breaking apart stubborn stump fiber without throwing debris across the yard. It's surgical, silent, and absolutely ruthless. Within minutes, the giant stump that once anchored this yard is nothing but wood chips and hollow ground. No noise, no sparks, just controlled destruction with next-level precision. This is modern stump grinding. Clean, compact, and powerful enough to erase decades in minutes.
Oh, dang. Ay, no. Oh my God. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, no.
When brute power isn't available, backyard ingenuity takes over. Strapped to a stubborn stump with nothing but a yellow tow strap and a Land Rover's determination, this homegrown rig-up turns into a dramatic tug-of-war with nature. The vehicle revs up, tires gripping loose dirt, torque building, tension rising. Then, without warning, the stump gives in. A chunk of tangled roots launches out of the ground as if ripped from the forest by force alone. Crowd watching, strap snapping, roots dragging. It's a risky gamble between control and chaos. And today, backyard horsepower wins. Because sometimes you don't need an excavator, just guts, grip, and a Land Rover built like a tank. This isn't just logging, it's a life-or-death dance with a forest giant. Deep in the wilderness, a lone logger faces off against a colossal tree trunk thicker than a truck.
Get out of there.
Chainsaw roaring, every second counts as he carves into decades of solid hardwood with surgical focus and raw courage. Out here, cleanup doesn't mean gentle, it means total annihilation. This industrial-grade excavator, armed with a cray stump splitter, turns tangled root balls into shredded debris with terrifying ease. One squeeze from that reinforced jaw, and twisted roots snap like dry twigs, sending splinters flying in every direction. The machine dives into a heap of gnarly, dirt-caked stumps, ripping, twisting, and pulverizing everything in its grip. Dust clouds rise, wood fibers explode, and what's left behind is nothing but raw earth and broken timber. Whether it's field clearing or stump pile reduction, this isn't finesse, it's destruction at scale. Built for volume, engineered for war, and it doesn't stop until the entire forest floor is reset. This isn't just stump removal. This is industrial surgery with a steel vortex. Armed with a monstrous spiral extractor the size of a barrel, this green hydraulic beast attacks the stump with slow, terrifying precision. The massive auger bites in deep, grinding and twisting into the wood like a mechanical drill from a sci-fi demolition zone. As the cone sinks lower, the surrounding earth trembles. Bark peels, roots shred, and chips fly like shrapnel. The stump doesn't just lift, it disintegrates from the inside out. In a final rotation, the extractor spins free, lifting the entire root core like a twisted trophy.
There it goes.
Caught on camera, nature just ripped a monster tree out of the ground like a weed. In the frozen silence of an orchard, this old tractor becomes a one-man demolition crew. With snow crunching beneath its tires and fog settling across the field, the machine locks onto a bare fruit tree. No chainsaws, no sawdust, just raw pull force at work. The cable tightens, the engine growls, and in a powerful surge, the roots crack through the frost-hardened soil. The tree groans, bends, and crashes down like it's been waiting all season to fall. This isn't flashy, it's not fast, but it's brutally effective. One tree down, dozens more to go. Winter cleanup just got a dose of rural muscle. When one tractor isn't enough, bring in backup and an excavator for the knockout.
Two John Deere tractors lock into place, chains wrapped tight around a stubborn stump. Tires spin and the mud is torque built, but this beast won't budge alone. Then comes the game changer. A hydraulic excavator joins the fight, gripping the trunk mid-stem. With synchronized pulling and digging force, the massive root ball finally breaks free, ripping from the earth like a monster unearthed. It's teamwork, torque, and tenacity all in one epic takedown. This stubborn tree didn't go down easy. But the tractor never backed off. With every tire spin and gear shift, the tension builds. Dust kicks up, chains rattle, and finally, after relentless force, the giant root system explodes out of the ground. It's not clean, it's not fast, but it's proof that when torque meets determination, even the toughest trees fall.
That's it! Timber! Oh my god, shit!
This is raw forest demolition at its most brutal. Watch as a Rotney stump cutter attachment rips through a massive tree stump like it's made of foam. Mounted on a powerful Liebherr 924 excavator, this custom heavy-duty cutter uses its reinforced jaw and angled steel blade to crush, slice, and dislodge the embedded base of a felled tree. In close-up, you can see the cutter digging deep into the roots, chewing through dense bark and soil with relentless torque. This stubborn tree didn't go down easy, but the tractor never backed off. With every tire spin and gear shift, the tension builds. Dust kicks up, chains rattle, and finally, after relentless force, the giant root system explodes out of the ground. It's not clean, it's not fast, but it's proof that when torque meets determination, even the toughest trees fall. Pure mechanical aggression unfolds as this high-powered excavator fitted with a rugged stump shear root ripper attachment claps down on a buried stump and shreds it from the earth like a beast tearing through bone. Each frame captures the raw fury of hydraulic strength, massive steel jaws with serrated edges biting deep into the wood, splintering it while yanking twisted roots straight from the soil. This beastly attachment is likely a ransom RST stump harvester, engineered specifically for heavy-duty land clearing. You can see the curved reinforced claws and blade-style jaw that split, crush, and extract massive stumps in one violent sequence. No grinding, just total destruction. The operator expertly manipulates the boom, positioning the jaws for maximum leverage. Brute mechanical force meets raw timber chaos as massive uprooted tree trunks, complete with tangled root systems, are fed into a high-torque industrial root shredder. This beast of a machine features twin horizontal shafts lined with staggered, hardened steel teeth rotating in opposite directions. As the stumps hit the spinning blades, thick bark and wet root fibers explode into splinters. In mere seconds, the once solid logs are torn apart, reduced to mulch and wood dust with violent efficiency. In the middle of a torrential downpour, a white sedan is cruising cautiously along a narrow, forest-lined road. Watch this. A rugged hydraulic stump puller rips deep into orchard soil as the operator drives forward. With powerful clawed arms and anchored chains, the machine breaks through packed earth, then suddenly yanks a massive root ball clean from the ground. The tangled stump erupts in a cloud of dust, leaving a crater behind. Total destruction in seconds.
Without warning, a massive tree crashes straight onto a parked Audi, violently crushing its rear windshield and roof.
Stay there, boys. Okay. Stop.
This is raw mechanical force at its finest. An Oliver 1650 tractor charges into the task with unshaken grit. As the camera closes in, you can hear the deep rumble of its diesel engine echoing through the field, shaking the ground beneath it. Its front loader is locked low to the earth, pressing down with steady pressure, while the massive rear tires churn against the damp grass, digging for traction. The chain jerks tight around a weathered, deep-rooted stump, buried for decades and resistant to every tug. But the 1650 isn't backing down. With a violent burst of torque, the whole frame rocks forward, sending clumps of dirt flying. You can see the tension build, the hydraulic strain, and then, with one explosive pull, the roots snap like twigs. The stump rips out of the ground in a shower of soil and debris, slamming onto the turf with a heavy thud. It's a brutal reminder that even decades later, this classic workhorse still delivers unmatched pulling power.
And that's the kind of brute determination it takes to rip nature from its grip. No fancy tech, just raw horsepower, grit, and a driver who refuses to back down. When heavy roots meet real torque, only one comes out of the ground.